Let us look into the fourth aspect. It is carrying grace. So Paul was desperate. Paul was praying 3 times. Why did not God reply when he prayed for the first time? Was he insensitive? No, God is a caring God. So Paul had to come to a place he was desperate and said, Lord, do something about it. God was caring for him. God cares for us. Peter writes, put your burden upon him. Put your worries upon him, for he sustains you. God cares for us. So when we talk about sufficient grace, it is God's caring grace. So caring grace is revealed in the scripture in amazing ways. First, even the hair in our head is numbered by caring, loving God. So he is a micromanaging God, not just macro-managing God. God who is a God of heaven, earth, all the mountains, seas, rivers, all the people. He is micromanaging God who knows the number of hair in my head. So that is the caring God. So he cares for each minute detail in my life. So he did not ignore Paul's plea, but he said, my grace is sufficient for you because I care for you. So not only God is numbering our hairs, so Psalms we read that God even puts our tears in a bottle. So usually when we cry, we don't want other people to see. Probably wipe it and throw it away. So we don't even remember how many drops of tears have flowed from our eyes. But God knows. God remembers. So in our low estate, God remembers us and God will bless us. So He cares when we are frustrated. He cares when we are in deep sorrow. So He cares for us when we cry, weep. Then that same verse says, He knows our wandering. Sometimes I get messages. It says, you have traveled this many miles this month, and this year you have traveled halfway to the moon. So that kind of message. So geotagging can know my wanderings, my steps, wherever I go. How much more God knows my wanderings. So many times we had wandered. In ministry we have wandered and we have wandered. So when we serve, sometimes we had to meet somebody. We climb 3 floors and go there and the house is long. Yes, it was a purposeless wander. How many times we did? So we went to some places, to villages, to places where we wanted to share the gospel, but we came back empty-handed. So does God know that? Yes. He has a record of all my wanderings. So He is a God who cares. My grace is sufficient for you means God cares for every aspect of my life. So He knows how the thorns bother me, how the thorn frustrates me. So in the midst of that, He cares for me so that I can give glory to Him. Through my suffering, through my pain, He receives glory. So that is the grace that God promises us.